Hello, hello. Today we are watching The Real Housewives of New York City, season 2, and we're on episode 7. So let's go ahead and jump right into the episode. By the way, this episode is called Kelly vs. Bethany. So there's going to be a little bit of a showdown, I think. It's the end of Fashion Week. Ramona invited Kelly to the Badgley Mischka show, which Kelly said that she got invited to 99% of the shows. Badgley Mischka is pretty big. Ramona says she gets great vibes from Kelly, and she responds to that. Kelly's filling Ramona in on what happened at the charity meeting with Bethany. Ramona's like, I understand Bethany's a strong person and she was coming at Kelly. Ramona goes, do you think she's threatened by you? Apparently there's a little room in the back of the fashion show that people can have drinks. Ramona's telling Kelly that she doesn't like being in the presence of Simon. Kelly's like, just blow him off. Like, why are you so upset by Simon? Ramona's trying to give Kelly advice on Bethany, and Kelly's like, I don't really care. I don't really like the way she's acting towards me. I wonder how Jill's renovation's going. Maybe that we'll find out right now. Yes, we're talking about the renovation. Jill's very happy with the way that the apartment's coming along. It looks great. I like this was 10 years ago, but I like the teal color that they have on the walls. Jill's like, you realize we had a budget. And Bobby's like, you stuck to it, right? She's like, no. Now we're going back to Alex and Simon's construction renovation. They're trying to pick out finishes. They tell this contractor, we're down to 5 weeks until it's done. And the contractor's like, okay, good luck. Kelly just said, based on the interaction with Bethany at the charity meeting, I was not impressed with her. I did not like her attitude or her behavior or whatever. And Kelly was like, Bethany needed a timeout. But now I guess the timeout's over because they're meeting up for drinks. Bethany looks less than thrilled to be there. Oh, Bethany wanted to meet her. She's the one that brought it up. Oh, wait. Bethany's saying Kelly asked her to meet with her. These bitches. The battle of the bitches. Bethany says that Kelly's half an hour late. Kelly's coming in hot. She's like, I want to make something perfectly clear. We're not friends. Your attitude is for kids, she's saying. Kelly's the infamous Kelly saying, like, this is you and this is me. Kelly says, well, you're busy talking. I'm busy doing things. Bethany goes, what are you busy doing? Kelly's coming in so hot. And Bethany's actually really holding her composure. I'm like really impressed with how calm Bethany's staying through this because Kelly is just coming in hot and attacking her. And then Kelly walks up and leaves. Bethany goes, I thought Elvis had left the building. But she was leaving and Kelly was lurking in the doorway. Kelly's coming at her again. Stop it. Kelly's going on a date in the same restaurant that she told Bethany to meet her at. This boy is very cute. Max, apparently, is his name. I don't know who this boy is, but I love looking at him. Kelly's filling this guy in on what just happened and like who Bethany is. I wouldn't be wasting any time on that. I would be just staring into his eyes and trying to make out with him. The guy's like, get over it. Like, let her go. He's like, I'm trying to have a good time with you. Don't talk to me about this woman. I don't know who this woman is. Kelly says she doesn't know what's happening with Max. She thinks he's a great guy, but Ramona and Bethany are watching Mario play some tennis match for some competition or something. Ramona's saying that she's very proud of Mario. It's incredible to watch him play at this level. Apparently he's really good at tennis. Ramona's bringing up that Kelly talked about Bethany and said, you had a little altercation. And Bethany's like, are you guys friends? Bethany said that Kelly was late. Bethany's filling in Ramona about the whole charity meeting thing. And Bethany's like, yeah, Kelly was like, I don't put my name on a lot of things. Bethany goes, great one-liner. She goes, I've seen Chinese takeout menus with Kelly's name on it, first of all. Bethany's reenacting the meeting with Kelly, but she's being very dramatic about it, obviously. She tells him that I'm up here, you're down here thing. Bethany said that she thinks that Kelly was trying to come in and intimidate her in their meeting and to be like, don't mess with me. And Bethany's like, it was kind of lost on me. Like, whatever. I think they're both intimidated by each other, right? Like, they're both gorgeous women. Like, you know, Bethany's starting to become more successful. Kelly is like, had this little fashion career, whatever. They have like, in their both respective rights, they have a lot of like things going for them. And I think that they're intimidated by each other. But I think that I would be a little more scared of Bethany because she can be very, very mean. So if I were Kelly, I would watch out a little bit. And, you know, they say, well, I mean, it's kind of like Bethany being, I don't know. They say keep your enemy, like make friends with your enemies because then they can't be your enemies anymore or something. It's not the saying that like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Maybe that is what I'm trying to say. Okay, don't listen to me. Let's keep going. Ramona says she's heard both sides of the story. She's like, I don't know what's happening here. Somebody's moving. Jill's moving back in, I guess. Apparently the TV didn't fit in the new console that came, so they had to order a new TV, and Jill's freaking out about it. Oh my god, I love that wallpaper. It's like textured. It's got like an alligator texture to it. It looks so cool. She called Bobby, and she's like, what are we going to do with this TV? And Bobby's like, I don't know, I'm working. Can we like deal with this on Wednesday? Why is Brad always in like a knee-length like sport coat? I don't really understand that look or vibe. Maybe that was the thing back then. Ramona and Mario are doing a little date night. Apparently, Jill sent some emails about the tennis match. Mario says that Jill's a prima donna because I guess they're trying to go back and forth about dates, and Jill keeps picking the dates that Mario's out of town. Ramona's reading the emails to Mario because I guess he's not caught up. And Jill's like, I was sitting at home doing nothing. And Ramona goes, yeah, we know that. That's exactly what you do all the time. Mina. Mario's like, this is a nightmare trying to revolve around Jill's schedule. All she does is go to lunch. Ramona's like, she was being very difficult about the date, and I just didn't get it. I think the tournament's off. Ramona's filling Mario in on something. Something's about to go down. They're supposed to go to the Page 6 party tomorrow night. They're going to run into Jill. Ramona's like, bring up the tournament at the Page 6 party. And Mario's like, no, she can bring it up. And then Mario's like, wait, what are we going to? So Ramona's going to this whole dissertation about how she invited Kelly to the Bachelor Mishka show, and it was her invitation. I feel like something's coming. That's why I'm like prefacing this. Apparently, Kelly wrote some article. Kelly said that she wanted to, the fashion week's been very busy, and she wanted to show the women, the cast members, basically, I guess, a little slice of her world. And Ramona's like, well, I was a buyer for Macy's. I went to FIT, blah, 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 blah. I've been in the fashion world. She's like, I'm so upset. Ramona's like, I took her, which is interesting because, like I said, like, wasn't Kelly say she's got invited to like 99% of the shows? So why would she not get invited to Bachelor Michigan? Bachelor Michigan's huge. Huge. She said she's going to confront her at the Page 6 party. Because Kelly does write for Page 6. She said that. Luann and Kelly are going somewhere. I like that color on Luann, that purpley, deep purple. They're going to the Page 6 party together. Kelly's talking to Luann about the charity meeting. Everything revolves around the charity meeting. Kelly's saying that Bethany attacked her in front of everybody. Luann's like, the aggression is not the way to go with Bethany. That's not going to work out well for you. She goes, a little honey goes a long way with Bethany. Everybody's going to the Page 6. Jill's there too. Bobby, Brad, Luann's literary agent. Is that a book agent? I don't know what that means. Alex and Simon are here too. Okay. Ramona's like, oh, I'm going to talk to Kelly about this article. She's totally going in on Kelly. Kelly's like, no, not you. You took me to the fashion show. Like, I wasn't talking about you. So Ramona's over it because she was like, dismissed it. That's so funny that Ramona dismissed it so easily because she was like so upset about it. Like, I know fashion, blah, blah, blah. And Kelly's like, oh, no, I wasn't talking about you. And Ramona's like, okay. What? Mario's confronting Jill about the match, the dates for the tennis match. Oh, Jill's like, I didn't like that email because apparently Mario was like, sent an email back there. It's like this whole email chain between them trying to figure out the dates. Ramona's giving the dates. Jill was like, these are the dates I can pick or whatever. And I'm sure it was because Jill was trying to fly out somebody, professional tennis player from LA. And so those were the dates. She was working around those dates for the professional tennis player. Anyway, Mario apparently sent out an email to the whole group and was like, this is ridiculous that we can't figure out a date. And Jill's now saying like, I didn't like that email. I did not like the email. Mario's like, the world does not revolve around Jill. Oh, he's like, all you do is lunch and shop. Oh, he's kind of being a little aggressive with Jill. Jill's like, you just play tennis. And he's like, I have a job. Mario's shushing Jill. Oh my God. Mario said he was a tennis pro before he started his business. He knows how to arrange games and make things work between people and like make sure everybody has fun. They're like literally going at each other. Jill's like, I work a full-time job. I do charity events. Mario's like, I arranged everything. You should be happy that you like, you've arranged this. Mario's saying your 15 minutes of fame has gone to your head. Jill says, I'm going to punch you out. Mario's like, you're out of control, Jill. Jeez, he's like dog with a bone. Like, let it go. Jill's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. I'm done. Jeez, that was crazy. That was kind of crazy that Mario came after Jill like that. Oh, she literally comes over there like... Ramona's like doing an interview. Look at this camera in her face. And Mario comes over like all heated from their fight, obviously. And he's like, oh, Jill the maniac. And Ramona's like, oh my God. I mean, they're filming for the show as well. But this is like Page 6. They're, of course, going to be like, oh, there's tension between Jill Zarin and Mario, whatever his name is. Jill says there's a little pleasure in sparring with the singers. She likes the conflict. It's so funny because, you know, when Jill and Bethany have their fight, years later, like a couple years ago, Jill did this whole interview about, well, she said it, I think, multiple times, saying that she liked the conflict for the show because obviously it was good for the show, but she like started creating conflict on the show because she thought it would make the show better. Got to her head. Mario might be onto something. Your 15 minutes of fame. Ramona goes, I go to the bar and I come back. And of course, Mario's engaged with my favorite person, Simon. They're talking about the fight. Mario and Simon. Simon goes, it was quite rare that Ramona was actually talking to me as a human being. Ramona's like playing nice to them now. She's like been bashing them the whole season. And she's like just sitting here and talking to them now. Oh, wait, they're going to talk about something. Oh, okay. They're getting me some backstory. Okay, so last season, At the reunion, it came to light that Alex did some nude pictures, and Ramona did not like that she had nude pictures out there. She didn't want to be associated with that. She didn't want the Real Housewives to be associated with that. So I think that's like the antithesis of Ramona's like bad blood with Alex and Simon, because they just think she doesn't like them as well. But now they're talking about they went out one night and had a great time, and Mario's saying now they're spilling the tea about them knowing that the pictures are going to come out like the next day. Ramona says that she invited them when they went out that night. She invited them to a party that she knew. She, invited Simon and Alex to a party that she knew that they would like, because there were like a lot of famous people there, a lot of powerful people there. And she's saying, you didn't give me a heads up that these nude photos were going to come out, and that's reflecting badly on me because I brought you to this party. Ramona's like, I don't believe anything you say. You just deny everything. Alex is like, you're rude. Alex is like, this is so unimportant. Like, I don't know why you're hanging on to this. Simon's getting mad. He's like, you open the door, you're going to listen to me. Simon's saying that Ramona was running around with her pool with a former Playboy model. Simon's saying if Ramona and Mario were as puritanical as their cross business, I could respect them more. But they're hypocrites. And that concludes episode 7 of The Real Housewives of New York. What were your thoughts on the episode? What are your thoughts on the whole Alex, Simon, and Ramona thing? I think it's very interesting. First of all, I think Ramona's blowing it out of proportion. I do see that she like sees that's a reflection on her, like if she was inviting them to this big party. But again, it's about like her insecurities. So I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about this in the episode. Check out the playlist below. I'll link all the other episodes in the season. Hit that subscribe button and check out all my other stuff coming up. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll check you on the next one.